to answer. I wasn't expecting any visitors at this hour. When I opened the door, I saw a poor old lady with gray, wet hair. She looked very tired and worn out. Her oldest son's hair was as red as fire. His hair and legs were covered with mud. He looked about as old as 15. She pleaded for a place to stay. 3 weeks, she begged. That's all I need. I swear soon I will find a job. The palace welcomed her with open arms.
Being the princess is great. No more cooking, cleaning, or sleeping on the hearth. William has been such a great husband. I'm treated very well, and I'm respected among the townspeople. And best of all, no wretched stepsisters and mother, after an unexpected encounter with 2 white pigeons. It didn't end well. I spend my days watching old movies and trying out endless amounts of restaurants in the village, and I owe it all to my mother and her tree. Speaking of mother, I haven't visited her grave in a while.
Suddenly I jump when my bedroom door opens. It's a red-headed boy. I smiled. What can I do for you? Barry, right? His eyes looked wide. He opened his mouth to say something, but he didn't know what to say. He looked very confused and his eyes were fixed on me. Then all of a sudden his eyes grew wide as if he came to a startling conclusion. Princess, I don't think I belong here. Suddenly the door opens again and the old lady Agatha storms in furiously. She grabs Barry's shoulder tight and his eyes widen and then go back to normal. Is Barry okay? I asked. He seems very confused. The lady insisted that he was fine and hurried out of sight. But something seemed wrong. The fear in the boy's eyes wasn't right. Something just isn't right in this castle.
As the clock struck midnight, I lie still in my canopy bed. The clock brings back the memories of when I danced with William the night of the ball. That was the best night of my life. But the memories are being ruined by the pounding heart in my chest that something is wrong with Barry and his mother. While I was in deep thought, the door slowly opened. William was trying to sneak inside. William? I wondered. You don't have to sneak inside. Sorry, honey. I didn't want to wake you. I could see in his eyes that something was off, but I was too tired and exhausted to even comprehend right now, so I slowly drifted to an uneasy sleep.
The next morning, I watched as my feet took me out of the room and to the door of the room Barry was sleeping in. I knocked quietly on his door and peered in. Barry, I asked, are you here? I'm over here, Princess Cinderella. I followed the sound of his voice to the balcony where he looked over the mountainside and the cottages throughout the land. I like to look out here too. It's probably my favorite thing to do, I said truthfully. He turned my head and gave me the same look William did last night. It just wasn't right. It wasn't natural. Your eyes, they're like William's, I yelled. As I backed out of the room, I was scared and all he did was stare at me with no clue of what I meant.
Before I knew it, I was running fast, down the stairs and outside. Agatha asked if I was okay, but I just ran by her and everyone I saw. As I turned my head back, I saw Agatha's face. She was smiling. It was kind of evil smile my stepmother gave me after she assigned a new chore to complete. Now I was sure something was wrong. Who or what did I bring to my castle? I tried to think of all the possible explanations of what it could be through the day, but only one truly made sense. She was a witch. She put a spell on William and Barry, but why? Why her son and why my husband? As soon as I walked through the hallway and everything went black.
I woke up what seemed like seconds later, but I couldn't tell if it was. I tried to lift my arms to touch my pounding head, but they were tied down to a chair. I looked down to see that there were also ties on my ankles. Look who finally woke up, Agatha said in a mocking voice. I groaned. Why do you have to do this to us? We were nice to you. We gave you a home and time. Well, my dear, you have everything you could ever dream, and that simply cannot be. She told me this as if I should have already known. Why do you care if I have everything I could have ever dreamed for? I worked hard my whole life, and I found the love of my life, I told her truthfully. Don't you see? I want it. What do you want, Agatha? She shrugged her shoulders. I want your life, and I'm going to take it. The spell I put on your husband wasn't just any regular spell. It's a love spell. He's in love with me now, not you, dear. Oh, and I almost forgot. The spell I put on Barry is a secret spell. I made him keep my plan a secret. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She cannot just take my life away from me. You cannot keep me in here forever. People will know I'm missing. Will they now? Because I have a way to fix that. I created a spell that'll erase you from their memories completely, and every single person that you've ever helped and loved will never remember you. All I could think of was how could this happen? She looked at me and waved her wand, and before I knew it, I was out cold. I woke up to sounds of witch chants, and I could tell she was doing it. The spell that erased me from existence. She did one final wave of her wand that sent a blast so large it would have sped through the whole town. I was shocked. How could you do this to me? I said with tears pouring from my blue eyes. You do not deserve this palace, none of it, and now all of it's mine, and nobody will ever know about the truth except for me. I saw my youth and beauty go into her. I felt myself aging. That was the moment I realized that not only would she be taking my name away, she'd be taking my life too. You know that I would also know this, right? I say. Oh no, my dear, you won't live to see tomorrow. Her words hit me like a train finally reaching me at the end of its tracks. All I could hope is that it wouldn't be painful. There was no one I could call, and there was no hope left for me.
I was scared and knew life would never be the same, and there would be nothing I could do to stop her. She turned around searching for the right spell to kill me. I now have accepted my fate. Aha! I found it, she said in a quiet, pretty voice. The spell I will use. She waved her wand, and I suddenly had a sharp pain in my stomach. It was like nothing I've ever felt before. My hands desperately wanted to hold the wound, but were tied to the chair ever so tight. I stared at Agatha, unable to speak. She stepped closer to me. Sleep well, my beautiful daughter. My eyes widened. Mother? I cried my last plea. Mother, don't do this to me. How are you back? I'm sorry you died, but you need to stop. I sobbed and I was losing blood slower than I should have been. She must have slowed it down. All I could think of was the pain, but my mind tried to think happy. I thought of the night when William and I first met, the way we danced, oh, it was ever so elegant. But then midnight struck. It ended, and the dream was over. Right now is midnight, the clock striking told 3 times, and by the 3rd ring I would be gone. My life would never be remembered, like a dream, a wonderful, beautiful dream. I used my final breaths of air to say goodbye to everyone in the world, and thank you to my mother's tree for the wonderful dream. As I drifted off, I could hear the evil laughter of my own mother killing me in cold blood, and I'll never know why. Moments later, I felt myself slipping away, like the glass slippers slowly leaving my foot. I was gone, and they all lived happily ever after without me.